Well, in this insert, we look at Southern Africa's energy landscape as global leaders meet at ADIPEC 2025 in Abu Dhabi. That is the Abu Dhabi International Petroleum Exhibition and Conference. Now, the discussions focus on investment, cleaner energy, and the future of oil and gas. Zimbabwe's Energy Minister, Moyo, shares how his country is planning for the energy transition and what it means for the region, including Namibia.
Zimbabwe is the headquarters of the Southern African Power Pool. That Southern African Power Pool connects all the countries in Southern Africa except two, which are now being interconnected with transmission lines, Tanzania to Zambia, Angola to DRC. Once that is complete, the Southern African Power Pool will be able to market and interconnect with East Africa and interconnect with Central Africa and ultimately connect it to the whole of Africa. And in that process, Zimbabwe plays a crucial role. We are now doing day-ahead markets where you can buy excess electricity from whoever has enough to trade. In the same vein, a number of countries have contracted with third parties, and Zimbabwe becomes the center of that transmission in the Southern African Power Pool, which is the most advanced power pool in Africa. And we want to keep it that way, and we continue to have new applications so that trade becomes real.
Are there any cross-border or joint investment projects under discussions, perhaps with Namibia or Zambia, to expand generation capacity or grid interconnectedness?
Well, let me talk about interconnectors. We have an interconnector which connects Zimbabwe, Zambia, Namibia, and Botswana. It's called Zizabona. We think we can fast track the interconnector between Zambia and Zimbabwe because there is a shortage in Zambia because of the causes of drought, and there is shortage in Zimbabwe. And this needs to be interconnected, and we want to do that project very quickly. Then we have another interconnector between Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and South Africa. That also needs to be interconnected so that we can strengthen our power transmission systems. And then there is an interconnector between Malawi and Mozambique. Just as I have mentioned, there is an interconnector between Tanzania and Zambia, Angola and DRC. Angola and Tanzania are the two countries in Southern Africa that have excess power, but they are not able to trade because of the interconnectors. So interconnectors are very important for us. Then secondly, there is a need to strengthen our distribution and retail lines. Transmission lines in country need to be strengthened. Some of them are too old and the power losses are too high as 40% in some cases, and we need to come up with new transmission lines. So interconnectors are very important in the region, and investment is needed.
And finally, what lessons from Zimbabwe's renewable initiatives could inform regional collaboration on energy resilience and transitions?
Well, we are working, as I said, with all Southern African countries. In July, we had meetings in Harare as part of the SADC energy sector, energy and water sector. These experiences we share, these experiences we want to know, to learn from the best practices and SADC, because our economies are growing. We are now looking at agriculture, we are now looking at mining, we are looking at other beneficiations before we even talk about these data centers which are going to consume too much power, as well as AI. So all these demands require us to learn from each other, and we are collaborating. We are going to have a Sustainable Energy Week next year in Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe, from the 23rd of February to the 27th of February. And this is another area where we attract the private sector as well as governments to exhibit what they can do in their countries, what investment they want to attract, and we learn from each other from workshops, seminars, and conferences.